So we're going to record the interview, and essentially the idea of the project that we're doing now is that we are interviewing people as part of research that's done by the Torres Museum and by Stanford University and the University of California. And what we are interested in is understanding how the people in the Koue Bokkeveld, how they feel about the uprising, how they learned about the uprising, their experience of interacting with it. And what we hope to do is that we want to have these interviews be something that we keep in an archive so that future researchers who want to know about the Koue Bokkeveld can learn from them. And we want to use these interviews to create an exhibition to commemorate the uprising. Is it all right if we record the interview?
Yeah, it's fine.
Could you please start by telling me your name, your age, and how you came to be in the Koue Bokkeveld?
Okay, I'm Arno Gelant. So I grew up in Prince Alfred Hamlet, which is a small town between Ceres and the Koue Bokkeveld. So it's just underneath the Koue Pass. So I grew up there, and I started working in the Koue Bokkeveld in 2012. I actually was a student on one of the farms, Bronnar, where Jaffie Gelant were currently or were working, and I've done my my student apprenticeship there, and yeah, that is where I've met Jaffie, Jacob, Wimpy, all of the guys that you have interviewed before. I didn't know about them before 2012, although my mother told me about the family in the Koue Bokkeveld, the Gelante. But yeah, that's how I ended up in the Koue Bokkeveld as a student. And yeah, in 2013, I've started working at the Kier, which is 5 kilometers from Bronnar Plaza, and I'm currently working there as a production manager.
And when you came in 2012, at that time, what did you know about your family's involvement in the Koue Bokkeveld?
Not much, but I've started learning about the Gelant family, meeting Jaffie. We talked a lot. I was under his supervision at the time as a student. So Jaffie were a production manager of one of the Bronnar farms at Kleinfontein, and he was also a director on the equity project. I think it was Stenberg Trust. Yeah. So that's how I met Jaffie, and he introduced me to of some of the families. There's still a lot of family members that I don't know because it's a very big family. And then I started working at the Kier, and there I met Koue Gelant, which was Jaffie's cousin, and he was also a production manager. And I started as a junior manager under Koue, and there I've met quite a few Gelants, which was staying on Kroonfontein, because Koue Gelant grew up on Kroonfontein, and yeah, so he introduced me to his family, and yeah, and there's still, or currently there are quite a few Gelants that are living on Kroonfontein farm.
And how did you come to know about the uprising?
While staying at the Kier, Koue Gelant told me a lot about the family, and he told me about Opa Gelant, Opa Jaffie, and then I started searching on the internet, and I've read about the uprising, but a lot of people don't know about the Koue Bokkeveld uprising in Gelant van der Kaap, who was the leader at that time. So we just make the comparison that he was our great grandfather, because it's the only Gelants in the Koue Bokkeveld. And I'm Gelant, GE, which is wrong. I'm quite sure they aren't. Of course, Gelant was also GE, which was wrong. And we came to find out that maybe at Home Affairs, they make a mistake there. So the Gelant, the Galant, they all of them are mostly came from the Koue Bokkeveld. And so I've read about the uprising, searching on the internet, and yeah, that is where it actually stopped. So we didn't go further. But the Gelant family, they are a huge family. Yeah.
So was it from course or from your research that you first heard the story of the uprising?
It was from my research, yeah. So searching on the internet, yeah. So Koos didn't know a lot about it. They just know there was an uprising, but he didn't know quite a lot about it. So it was just searching through the internet, read some of uh, the content on the internet, and also I know there was a book. A lot of the Galants know about the book Oudenbeck, that was written by Andre P. Brink. So there's also a lot of info about the book on the internet. So yeah, that is where I learned more about the uprising.
And did you know immediately that your family was connected to Galant?
Yeah, I'm quite sure. The thing is, I think with uh, if you know the story about Gelant and the uprising, the rebellion. So I think most of that is you can inherit it as well. And I was a bit rebellious at the time. Even in 2012, where the Koue Bokkeveld or the agriculture had a huge what you call it, the agriculture staking. What is it in English? Okay, so daar was een groot staking in 2012 waar die plaaswerkers in opstand gekom het. Ja, teen die minimumloon. So dat het begin in de dorings, it started in the dorings, but the impact of the staking was huge in the Koue Bokkeveld. People were burning wood bins, they were burning stores, storage rooms in the Koue Bokkeveld. So the impact was quite huge. And for me at that time, I was just leaving the Koue Bokkeveld at the time because I resigned. And yeah, so I started my student apprenticeship at Bronner. After 10 months, the manager called me in and told me that there's a job that he wants me to do. I told him no, but why should I do that? Because it will take me 3 years. So the job was actually to grow young trees till they come into production, and then I should hand it over to the production manager. And I told him no, I think it's a total waste of time, and I think I can do much better than that. And I resigned, and so I was a bit rebellious at the time. So, and I was staying at home for, I think it was 4 months. I only got a job at the Kier in February, and I think I resigned in October. So my argument with the manager was it took you 2 years as a white individual that didn't know nothing about agriculture, but it took you 2 years to become a production manager. Why should it took me 10 years to become one? And it actually took me 3 years after starting at the care to become a production manager. So, so I think you can inherit. It's in our DNA. So maybe Jaffie and Koos and Jacob, they are not that rebellious as I were, but I think you inherit it.
There's gallantry in the Gelant bloodline. How did you feel when you learned about the uprising? What emotions did it bring up for you?
I think there's different emotions. Yeah, there was, and we can be honest about it, the way they were treated. And at the time, I felt that we are actually going through the same thing. But now being older, being more responsible, growing up, uh, I think that the farmers they actually done better than at that time. Uh, so the work relationship is much better now than before 2012. So, but it hurts when you know that your people were 200 years back, they were here, but still today we are we are not co-owners, but we are still workers. Although I'm a manager, but uh, we are not co-owners, and I think uh, there's still work needs to be done there. But I'm not sure if you heard about the PIALS project. So the Witzenberg have a PIALS project where they took black or colored workers where they become co-owners. So Bronner, where Jaffie is the director, they were the first uh, to start a project like that. And also Morris there, where we have met Naas van der Merwe. So Naas is one of the oldest farmers in the area currently. In Naas, Gys de Tooi, Saal de Tooi. So they wanted to create something, and that's where PL started, where their workers could be co-owners in the business. So I think we are on our way uh, to to grow in the Koue Bokkeveld. Yeah, so but at the time it was a lot of info in to process it. There was a bit of hurt. There was a bit of rebellion in it. So yeah,
How old were you at the time in 2012?
I was. I'm now 36, so I was 26 at the time. 26, yeah.
Well, Gelant was
Yeah,
26,
I know.
200 years ago.
Yeah.
And what has been your involvement in commemorating the uprising more recently?
So we are a group that started a committee, in so me being the youngest one on the committee, which is now led by Sydney Davis. So it just I think it's history in the making. So it's a huge privilege being part of it, uh, although it's still difficult. Uh, Working on the farm, being busy, uh, but uh, in the committee there's a certain portfolio. So each of us have portfolios, and one of the portfolios that were allocated to me was me no, not media. It was social media. So, yeah, but and I think it is Ronald Bali is responsible for media. So yeah, so that is my involvement.
And why did you want to join the committee?
It's a legacy at the end of the day. We still don't know enough about the past, but maybe when my kids uh, is older, the info that we are uh, putting together now, they will see it at the end of the day, and it will be there for them, and they will know where they come from, because it's important to know where you come from, so that you know where you're heading. And for me, being a geland in Prince Alfred Hamlet, in the school where were difficult, because you had a surname that wasn't familiar in the school, so you struggle to fit in, because there's Octobers, there's Januaries, uh, but you are geland. So at the time you were ashamed being a geland, not knowing that there's such a rich history. Uh, so for my children growing up as a geland, they should be confident being a geland, and not being a geland GE, being a geland GA. So so for me, being part of this committee, being part of this whole uh, thing that we are currently busy with, it's huge. And not everybody will not be satisfied, and they will not agree with it. But I think that the time is right to speak about it now, and to speak openly about it. So yeah, I'm just blessed being part of it.
How do you were saying about being ashamed of being a gelant. How do you feel about being a gelant now?
Proud, proud. I'm feeling very proud about it. In the Koue Bokkeveld, the Gelant people are, they are people that are looking up to. So people are looking up to Gelant people, because they are leaders in what they are doing. We are people from the soil. Every Gelant that you will meet, somehow they will be in the agriculture, whether it's secondary agriculture or primary, they will be somewhere in the agriculture. It's just our DNA. Yafi was a production manager. Uh, Jacob is now someone teaching people that they are working on the farms. So, and also Koos Gelant were production manager, and they are good at what they are doing. So it's just, for me, it's something to be proud of, and I want my children also to be proud. Whenever you do something, you must know that you come from a family with a rich history, because that is what actually happened in the so-called white communities. They know where they come from, and history is important for them. So for us now, after 200 years, uh, uh, just bringing that history together in for our children, uh, to just have uh, have that history, and they know about it, they will read about it. I mean, they can, the sky's the limit. They can go wherever they want to go.
They deserve the same access to their heritage.
Correct.
Um, could you tell me a bit more? You've spoken about what it means to be a gelant, but can you tell me more about what you think this story means to the people of the Koue
I think most of the people Well, I think only after tomorrow, uh, they will know more about the uprising, and it's still a project that will end up maybe to the 24th of September. But we need to get more people involved. So we are calling it the Koue Bokkeveld uprising. It's not the Gelant uprising as it is known, but still there are a lot of people that don't know about the history of the Koue Bokkeveld, and it's such a rich history. And we need to tell the story. We need to get them on board. Uh, Not to be rebellious, but just so that we know that there was something that happened 200 years back or ago, but we need to celebrate it. We need to celebrate because it's our history.
That you want?
It's my
Don't
fault,
worry.
sorry. No, it's just.
Don't worry about it. Um, what do you hope that people will learn from this story?
I think that if they know what happened to 2,000 years ago, and we can celebrate it. I hope that the relationship between the community members of the Koue Bokkeveld, the owners, the workers, that we can learn from that, and we can just work harder to have better relationship with each other, because we need to acknowledge each other. Uh, we need each other. It's not that the owners don't. They need the workers as well, and the workers need the owners. So I think we can celebrate it by having better relationships with each other, in just giving credit to what happened 200 years ago, that we are glad that it happened, because look at where we are now. Uh, my kid AJ is 10 years old now. His best friend is my uh, not my owner, but not my boss, but my colleagues. Son is his best friend. And that is what we need in the Koue Bokkeveld. That is a relationship between me being a manager, my boss being the boss, but our children playing together. Uh, his child playing in my house, my child uh, playing in his house, and we need that. We need that in the Koue Bokkeveld. Actually, we need that in South Africa, in the country, in the whole world. We need it, where it doesn't matter what your skin color is, whether you are white, whether you are black, whether you are colored. We're all people, and I should treat the next person the same as I would treat uh, myself, or my loved ones. So yeah.
That's really moving, actually.
Can I chime in? I just want to clarify, your child's best friend's father is white.
Yeah, he's the boss. Being white, he's the boss.
And what do you think is the role of the museum and the monument in raising awareness about something like this?
They are playing a big part in this. And Berdine is doing a lot of work, and we need to give credit to her. Someone that she don't have to do it, but she's doing it anyway. in a love for history, a love for the people of the Witzenberg. So I think having the monument will give you that peace of mind, and where you just can go and sit and reflect on what happened and appreciate what you have today. And yeah, I think the Tochreers Museum playing a role in the whole project, it's very huge, and we appreciate it so much.
It sounds to me like actually a lot of the work being done right now is being done by people who are part of this. They don't have to do it,
Yeah.
but they want to do it because they want to contribute to their community and they want to contribute to the future of the community. And I think that's something that really impresses me.
Yeah, I think if you can get the community of the Koue Bokkeveld more involved, because most of the committee members are from Sydney, are from Tulbagh. Dean is from Ceres, and also Ronald Bali. Uh, Actually, Ronald Bali were my headmaster at the time. Yeah, so it's for me it's a privilege working together with Mr. Bali, and but they are all members from the Ceres area, but it's me, Jaffe, Jacob, and Wimpy from the Koue Bokkeveld. But me growing up in Prince Alfred Hamlet, so I'm also from the Ceres area. But now suited in the Koue Bokkeveld. So you can call me a Bokveller. But we need more Bokvellers to get on board. Theo van Rooyen, which is the owner of Kleinvlei, yeah, also being on board now. He's married to Jaffe's cousin as well. Yeah. So they are Theo, yeah, he's married to the office cousin. But you will meet them, Suze. Suze were also Gelant, so now being Van Rooyen. So that's why I told you earlier on, the family, it's a huge family. So even, we are not even a quarter of the Gelant family are involved in the project. Just imagine all of them being involved. Then you will cover the whole Koue Bokkeveld. So our aim should be getting them involved. Then the other Bokkvelders will follow.
And the last question that I have is, what would you like people beyond the Koue Bokkeveld to know about your community by hearing this story?
We as the Koue Bokkeveld people, you will know when you come into the Koue Bokkeveld that it's friendly people. In our history and what happened, the uprising happening 2,000 years ago, it was about poor relationships. And it started there. I was mistreated. So we need to look back and ask ourselves, where are we as Koue Bokkevelders? How do we treat one another? And I can tell you, Ellis, that the relationship between the people from different farms, it's something to see. It's beautiful. So one of the main things that bring communities together every Saturday is sport, rugby, soccer. So we are a proud community, small, maybe looking down to, because most of our people is farm workers, and that's one of the things that we in the suburbs, people are most likely to look down on the farm workers and even people that come from farms. So, but something happened here 2,000 years ago. In for that happening 2,000 years ago, we can enjoy the freedom that we have today. Not we most of the people will talk about the 1994 election. It started there, our freedom, but it started way back. In the uprising was one of two in South Africa, but this one in the Koue Bokkeveld made the biggest impact. And yeah, so we can say that for that uprising happening 200 years ago, we contributed to the freedom that we enjoy today. So I would like people to see the Koue Bokkevelders as people that will stand up whenever there's something that they are not happy about. And yeah.
That's something we've been thinking about a lot when we've been having these conversations, is that we think that the struggle started with apartheid, but it didn't. And we think that resistance started with the ANC, but it didn't.
Yes.
It goes further back. And we
Definitely.
need to recognize that.
Yeah.
Do you have any questions, Laura?
I do. Arno, can I ask you about your mom? Was she born in Hamlet or was she born in the Bokkeveld?
Okay, my mom was born in the Koue Bokkeveld. So what happened with my family, my grandfather, he was staying in the Koue Bokkeveld. So I'm not sure how many brothers and sisters they were, but they were a lot. I think Yafi will have that figures. But all of them live in the Koue Bokkeveld. And I think one of the farms was Kromfontein. So it started there. My grandfather being the child of the 14 or 16 that they were, he was the one that have health issues. So it was important for him to move to Prince Alfred Hamlet so that he could be or visit the doctor more often, because the Koue Bokkeveld was far away from the doctor. So that is why we've moved to Prince Alfred Hamlet. He also was a bulldozer operator, so he used to make a lot of dams here in the Koue Bokkeveld, because that is where they were working most of the time. So my mother was never married, so I'm glad, because so I can be Gelant today. In most of the children of the Gelant, maybe like Wimpy is Poolse, Jacob is Koetsier, but you will notice that they speak a lot about the Gelant, because that's why I told you earlier on, it's something to be proud of. It's also the same with the cousins. They, whether they are Poolse, whether they are Van Rooyen, we are Gelant. And so I'm glad my mother didn't marry. Yeah. But she's staying in Prince Alfred Hamlet. We've been raised there in Prince even as sisters. Our brothers is also in Prince Alfred Hamlet.
And do you have brothers and sisters?
I do. I still have two brothers younger than me, a little sister who's the youngest. So yeah, I'm the oldest from.
Yeah, and are they all in Hamlet?
They're also in Hamlet, yeah.
Yeah. Can I ask about your wife?
You can.
Yeah. Where is she from, and how did you meet her?
She's also from Hamlet.
Okay.
We grew up in the same street, 3 houses apart, so I know her quite well.
Yeah.
So yeah, she's also from Hamlet. Yeah.
And are her people also from the Bokkevelds?
No.
Or they're from the warm Bokkeveld or from elsewhere?
No. They are from Prince Alfred Hamlet. Our father is from Graaff-Reinet,
Okay.
in the Eastern Cape. So, but her mother is from the. I think a grandfather told me at the time that he grew up in the Koue Bokkeveld. I'm not sure at what farm, but yeah, I think so.
And how many children do you have now?
A lot. No, I have 4. Yeah, 3 sons
3 sons? And
with my wife and 1 daughter. That she's the oldest. She's now 17 years old. Yeah.
okay. And how old are the others?
10. AJ is 10. Daniel is 4, and Luca, Aaron. He's Aaron. He got my grandfather's name, so he's in Afrikaans Aaron. Yeah. So he's the youngest. He's 3 years old. Yeah.
Have you ever told them about the story of the uprising?
No,
The older
no.
ones?
No. Anastasia, she know about it. AJ, it will take time to for him to understand it. So, yeah. But they are Gelant, so they will heard the story somewhere. But I will tell them. But they should just be.
Yeah,
They need to grow up.
That's 4 and 3 is a little young.
Yeah. So.
Is there anything else we should have asked you that we didn't ask you, or anything else you want to say?
No, I don't think so. You know about Gelant, you know the type of person he was. The one being loved by everyone. So I think, and that's why I told you early on, Ellis, that it's something that you inherit. And he was also handsome as well, so you know that being loved by a woman, or yeah. So I think it's something, if you look into the Gelant family, we are the type of person that you can go everywhere and everybody will like you. So Jaffrey is well known, Jacob is well known, Wimpy is well known. So people, I think for us, being Gelant, it's just someone that you can have a conversation with, someone that you can call a friend. So yeah, I think it's going a long way having that surname, being a Gelant. So yeah.
Sounds like Gelant is quite a role model. He's someone that.
Yeah. And I think it is something that you will, talking to the owners of the farmers, they will tell you about the Gelants. Being in Kromfontein, I spoke to him Gijs the other day, and just asking, what's your name, what's your surname? I said, no, I'm Arno Gelant. Oh, you're the Gelant from the family from Kromfontein. I said, yes. But my grandfather didn't work, but he also know a lot about the Gelants from Gijs. And we had that conversation. So immediately it's that respect, because our grandfathers and their brothers, they've done good work, and they've left us a good legacy. So I think it's our responsibility to also do that for our children and their children.
Can I ask one more question, but this isn't specific to my research. It's just that I'm interested. I'm thinking about anger and what happened. Do you feel angry about what happened to your ancestor?
No, I'm not angry about it. I think if you're looking deep into it, uh, the way the people were treated at the time, but I mean it was slavery. But what stand out for me is the fact that someone like Gelant stand up in that's where the uprising started. But at that time, stand up for your rights. And they didn't have a lot of rights at the time, but just to stand up for the way they were mistreated, the way their master treat them, it's something that I think still today. I'm one of the persons that, and it just came naturally that what is right is right. If you mistreat me, I will tell you that I don't like that, or and I am someone that stood up for myself, and that is why most of us are in leader positions. So just knowing that Gelant were one of the leaders that stand up for the mistreatment, I think that is something that tells me that uh, it's where we come from. So for me, behaving like I'm behaving, it's natural. It's my DNA. It happened 200 years ago, uh, and I'm very outspoken about what is right and what is wrong, even in the workplace. If I'm feeling that uh, someone else is getting more than I should have, or it's getting more and I don't get the same, I will tell you that no, I'm not happy. You should look into that. Yeah.
It's very interesting to me that a lot of the people who we have spoken to so far are very particular about the fact that they're not enraged. They are almost more inspired and passionate and committed and things like that, but they're not, it's not that anger that can consume you. It's something, it's taking the story and the story becoming something to remember, to heal, to grow.
But if you, I think, when you find yourself in a situation where you are mistreated, then that anger will come out. Then, so I think it's where you actually are at the moment, and that's why I told you earlier on, 2012, there was anger, there was mistreatment that I felt. And that was the reason for being so rebellious as I were at the time. But the important thing is the relationship between yourself, your working environment, and also your if you may call it your boss. So I think when there is mistreatment, then you will start to see the anger. Then you will start to see the rebellious, because that it's coming naturally. It's not something that you ask for. It's just in you. So it's just in your DNA, and yeah.
Thank you so much for speaking to us.
Pleasure.
This has been very, yeah.
Thank you. And thank you for coming here.
Dank je,
Yes,
ja.
thank you so much.
Ja, dank je.